Alright, so welcome to this guide on the Swarm host. This is a new Heart of the Swarm unit. It's produced, the requirement is a Infestation Pit, so you do need layer technology, you don't need a hive. This unit really can't do anything until it burrows in the ground. Once it burrows in the ground, it hatches those eggs you see every 25 seconds, and you get these little units. They're kind of like Infested Terrans, they move much faster, can't attack air units. Even though they can't attack air units, they do a lot of damage. That's what I was trying to say. With upgrades, it's 15. Even upgraded, it's 12, and that's a very fast weapon speed. They have a short range. The Locusts in this video you see already had an upgrade at the Infestation Pit. Right here is called Enduring Locust, and basically lets them live 10 seconds longer. And this is a really important upgrade because the longer the Locusts live, the farther they can go, and they can actually reach stuff really far away. So let's say I have my Locusts here, and this is about where they can get to. The computer is saying, but I think that's without the upgrade. I don't think it's calculating my upgrade, or that they're on creep for a little bit. So as you can see, a Locust on alpha creep, move speed 1.8, kind of slow. On creep, much faster. It's like 2.6 or something like that. Okay, so you can see they can get really far, like they're all the way at my base, and they're making these units that are going halfway across the map. So, you don't need burrow for these. They do have to be burrow to attack, but you don't need burrow. And if you don't want them to make units, you can turn that off, which is probably a good idea, because right now they're on a little bit different of a timer. So I'll let that reset, sorta. I'll move these up, and I'll keep pushing my creep forward. They work really good with infestors, because you can put your infestors halfway out if the computer tries to, or the enemy. I'm playing against the computer just for demonstration purposes. So now I can turn my Locusts on, and I'll rally them to this base here. So you can like siege another player from across the map, and then when they try to get you, just fungal growth their army, and let the swarm host do all the work. And like I can keep my hydras here to kind of protect the swarm hosts, because they are kind of vulnerable. Just make sure that they're not getting too much in the way. Okay, so you can see that these swarm hosts will go across the map, and they'll get a couple swings in, even though they're so far away. Well, so fungal growth, as you can see, is not instant anymore. But yeah, swarm hosts do a ton of damage, and you can see these are all free units, and I'm destroying an expensive Protoss army. That's about the same supply cost, if not higher, than the number of swarm hosts I have. I have 10, that's a 30 supply army, and I just killed 2 Colossus, a ton of Stalkers, without much work. So now that I've just fended off the attack, you can keep spreading your creep and push up a little bit more. So now I know about how far I have to be to really get some good hits in. Keep my Hydralists up, and I'll rally on this space. So it's good for attacking across the map, but what it's really good for is when this base, it's really good as a siege breaker, I should say. Like if you're being sieged by a Protoss, they have a death ball outside your ramp. You can put swarm hosts in here and rally the units out. They're either going to have to come up your ramp to attack you, or they're going to take losses from the swarm host, or they have to just back off. But it's also really good, particularly against Protoss, is in situations where the Protoss player is sitting in their base with like a death ball sort of army. It looks like those probes are here, so we'll try that. What I mean by that is a lot of Protoss players, especially on a map like this, they'll take their expansion quickly, their natural, wall off the ramp, make a ton of Colossi, build up like Templar Archons or just ground units, and they'll make a big 200 army and hide behind this ramp the whole time. If you ever try to come up with ground forces, they'll split you in half with sentry force fields. Obviously that's a really annoying tactic, and it's very effective, so what the swarm host does is you just burrow it. Like, if they're here, you burrow it right up here, and just rally your units into the ramp. And they'll clear out the ramp, break the buildings down, and the Protoss has to attack you. Like, they can't sit in their base with the swarm host. And you can see they can easily kill buildings and expansions, and they're free units, so I think this one is definitely a good unit. The only thing is these little Locusts can't attack ground, and again, you definitely want the Enduring Locust to upgrade. It makes the range so much better. But hope that video helped, and you can check out the description for more Heart of the Storm videos.